U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has identified a key problem in resolving the conflict in Ukraine. The main problem with resolving the conflict in Ukraine is that Russia wants something it doesn't have now and has no right to, and Ukraine wants something it can't get back by military means, he said. According to Rubio, the main obstacle to achieving peace is the incompatibility of the parties' demands. Russia insists on recognizing the territories it took control of in 2022, including the Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson and Zaporizhia regions. At the same time, Ukraine seeks to regain control over these regions, which Rubio believes cannot be achieved through military means alone. Rubio stressed that the United States is considering additional sanctions against Russia if no progress is made in peace talks. He noted that diplomatic channels remain open, but Washington's patience is not unlimited. The U.S. Secretary of State noted the importance of negotiations and compromises on both sides to achieve sustainable peace. He said that U.S. administration does not rule out that at some point it will tighten sanctions against Russia and increase military aid to Ukraine. It could come to this. If it becomes clear that Russia is not interested in a peace agreement and wants to continue the conflict, then this could very well be how it all ends, he continued. At the same time, he explained that at this stage, in the view of the American administration, threats of sanctions would lead to the Russians stopping the discussion. And there is value in talking to them and bringing them to the table, Rubio said. Rubio noted that U.S. may increase arms supplies to Ukraine. Recent diplomatic efforts, including a phone call between the U.S. and Russian presidents, have so far failed to make much progress, raising concerns among Ukraine's allies and European leaders who fear the conflict could drag on. According to the Financial Times, U.S. allies in Europe were puzzled by how softly Trump treated the results of the conversation with Putin. They expected Washington to propose toughening sanctions policy, including through new restrictions on the Russian energy and financial sectors. However, the American leader, on the contrary, made it clear that he does not consider it necessary to increase economic pressure on Moscow at this time. The Russian president, in turn, declared his readiness to work with Ukraine on a memorandum that could set out the parameters of a future peace agreement. Among them, he named the principles of settlement, possible deadlines for concluding an agreement, and a temporary ceasefire upon reaching an agreement.